The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken at his 4. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Johnson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll run with the Hall of Famer Sayers. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 3rd down, it's Walker. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First down, Kansas City.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive.
Hey, Sam off. Hey.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Go. Look at me, zipper.
Alert 3.
Leo. Go.
Now Sayers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Come on, set. 30 base. Hey, lock it. Go.
Slam.
Again, they'll run with Sayers. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Yeah. Get it.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
50, plant.
It's game situation. Let's go.
Back.
49. Check 49.
Check. Crunch.
Check 31.
Protein spell. Go.
Motion. Reset.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Ready.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Watch the slack. Pick the edge.
Rock it.
Shoot.
Hey.
Here comes the me. It's me. Kill.
Look at me. Go. Shoot.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. 6-0 our score after 1. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
What? Squeeze.
Wide. Get wide. You go tight. You got
Greystone, Travis.
You got tight right there. Whip. Watch the whip. Check.
You're out. Yo, go. Let's go. Get smart.
A run. This is Sayers. And an alley to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Walsh now for the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On second down, it's Bush. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run on first down. It's Bush. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down now, it's Bush. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 16-yard line.
On the ready.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Hard, hard. Now. Ready?
On second down, Johnson. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf.
Get ready.
Get ready. Sam on.
Switch. Kill.
Gone.
Watch twist.
Leo.
Safety green.
Hey.
Safety's creeping.
On third down, Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Switch. Check 52. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
And hit it.
They run with Sayers, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Slam. Check safety.
Look at me. Door. Go.
Motion. Hey, check 24.
Look. Squeeze. Let go.
On second down, it's Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Ready. 15 line.
Check 3.
You're out.
Check 99.
Yes.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Check 4. Watch out.
Hard. Go.
Check hot route. Hot.
Ready. Snap.
Here we go with Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
He's coming.
Hey, Sam off.
Joker.
Guard.
Hey, watch it.
Hey.
Motion backfield.
Let's go.
Here's Johnson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Leo.
Check 50.
Yo, go.
Second and 4 at the Chiefs' 33-yard line.
Get it.
On second down now, it's Johnson. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be taken short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Tighten up.
They go to Johnson again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Break.
53, Mike.
Rock it. Now.
Don't be scared of it. Undercrunch. He's coming. We got
Big grip.
The busy night continues for Johnson. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line.
Out.
Hey.
Let's go right here.
Ready.
A run at Sayers' right side. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the screen.
Look at me. Door.
Slam. Watch the shit.
Look. Squeeze.
Check.
You're out.
36. Sponge.
Look at me. Zipper.
He's checking. Crash.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
60 outlaw.
I'm coming after you. Jam.
Bam. 80 weapons.
Rush in. Big ass.
Hard.
Deuce. Shift.
Go.
Check.
Hey, Sam off.
Check 13.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Yes.
He's coming in motion. Hey. Kill. Shit.
Again, it's Johnson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 22-yard
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
It's just me and you.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Go.
26, check 26. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Leo.
SOS. Check. Alert 3. Alert 3. Shift. Slam. Check 3.
Hey, lock it. Hey.
Pop. Switch.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check. Crunch.
Look at me. Score.
Check 31. Pick the edge.
Look. Squeeze.
There's a 20th carry for Johnson. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Mike 57. Yeah. You don't want none.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
You got tape right there.
Go. Now.
Johnson. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Second and 10. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Stand. Yep.
Motion.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Hard.
Check.
Hey, Sam off.
Watch the twist. Kill.
Gone.
Switch gears.
Now.
Motion.
Get it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Johnson. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Hey.
Check nickel.
Leo.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check your hot read.
Shoot.
On first down, Johnson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Coming again.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Second and
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Check. Fresno.
Hey, lock it.
Bang.
Look at me. Zipper. Fight.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Big grip.
Give him 9 on the pickup, but they're still a few inches short now on 4th down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Go.
Watch the slant. Motion.
Look at me. Go. Hey, Haywood. Ready?
They run. It's Johnson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point try now for Walsh. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he brings this one all the way back. So definitely good for the individual stats. Maybe not for our storyline, but he's in for the late score. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead.
Raiders 25, Chiefs 7. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This one taken just inside the... Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken from the 7. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Watch safety green. Watch safety green.
Yes, yes.
Check 52. 25.
You're out.
Check 25.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was a
mistake.
Yeah, sure, without a doubt. Because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball in additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
They'll keep it on the ground. Johnson. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Go. Hey, high 7. Go.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he loses the football a second time. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. They'll set up a throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2nd and 15. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Tucker with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
On first down, Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line on the play. And 12. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Joker. Hey, watch it.
Hey, lock it.
Check 15.
Smooth.
He's crazy. He's checking crab. Alert flare.
Now.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Johnson. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On 3rd down, it's Johnson. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all